if you're standing in a place where there are desires that you hold that are vivid desires that have not actualized in the fullness that you want, then there's always some vibrational work to do.
For sure.
And the vibrational work is easier than you have ever been letting it be. For example, as we listened to you just now, you aligned and then didn't, and aligned and then didn't, and then aligned and then didn't, because of the different focus, because you've done a lot of thinking and you're really good at focusing. Your energy did something that most people's energy doesn't do unless they are really accustomed to focusing. You jumped some discs right in this conversation. Now, all of you are doing that all the time to some extent.
But I've known that I've been able to do that.
But this was a sort of vivid to us demonstration of that. Again, not serving you as well as you might think.
I know.
You've become very articulate on subjects that, in the deciphering of them and in the analysis of them, that is not necessarily the best work that you could do right now. So when you began telling us about how you and your husband have the freedom, we didn't use the word, but we felt it, the freedom to walk your children to school just for a moment, not even 17 seconds, but just for a moment, we felt you feel that freedom. So we want you to envision with us that very activity. But we want you to think about how you commonly feel while you are doing that. In other words, is it really the feeling of freedom, the feeling of fun, or has it become just getting them to school because there's other stuff you got to do? Sometimes. Are you thinking about finances? Are you thinking about effort? Are you thinking about the things that you need to do? Are you going down your things to do today list? In other words, so what we're getting at is the very thing that could be the cornerstone or the basis, the one subject out of 10 that you could choose that would put you on that high-flying disc doesn't hold you there very long, because that's not where you focus, because your active mind makes you want to analyze everything else in your life. And if we could just convince all of you, especially you, if we could just convince you that your work is one simple, you might even say simple, silly thing. Your work is one simple thing, and that is choose the disc. Choose it and choose it and choose it and choose it and choose it. Because you understand you've already put all of the requests in the vortex. You understand step 1 has been taken care of. You understand that law of attraction and source energy have already gathered up all the cooperative components, and that the vibrational reality already exists. And now you understand that you have one singular work, and that is to find the frequency. Well, what subjects help you find the frequency the most easily? Of all the things that you said to us, walking your kids to school was it. And it only lasted for a minute, and you didn't stay there very long, and you were all over the place on all kinds of other subjects that from our point of view are irrelevant to the only thing that is relevant, which is which disc you're choosing.
Right.
You see. So sometimes we love you so much, you'd rather be focused and concentrated on a negative disc than simple and free-flowing on a positive disc. In other words, if we say to you, enjoy the sunrise, you say, yeah, we get one every day, bro. In other words, the beauty of your sunrises and what it means in terms of what your planet's doing in its revolving and its proximity to other planets. Just the trying to softly comprehend the perfection of what all of that means. If you just use something like that to focus on, or some cute little dog that you're passing along the way, or the way your children feel when they are going to school, how they feel, suck that energy out of them.
I know.
Focus upon their joy and let it be your focal point. And don't clutter your mind with the erroneous, unnecessary, compromising, resistance-filled details that you have been justifying your experience with for all of these years. None of that is relevant. 3 things are relevant. What you've asked for, that's done. What's been amassed, that's done. How you going to get it? Well, I'm going to worry about this, and I'm going to worry about this, and I'm going to worry about this. And I'm going to think about this, and I'm going to stew about this, and I'm going to fuss about this. And we're exaggerating, but you are fine-tuning. And you have the ability to clean up your vibration in way more ways than you're applying. You have the ability to stay there. You do. You have the ability to stay there. You don't have one excuse in the world. You got a whole lot of things you think are your excuses, but you don't have one excuse in the world to choose things that don't feel good when you've got all of those things that do feel good. But you got to practice them so they come more easily. Because wherever you've been hanging out, that's what comes more easily, because the momentum that law of attraction provides makes it come more easily. So the question of the day, of the lifetime, of the universe, the question that we want to help you ask and answer is, oh wait, we're out of time. The question that we want you to focus upon is, what could I do to get myself there? What could I think about? That's the only question. What could I find to think about that would put me right now for 17 seconds in this high-flying, good-feeling place? And as you find those thoughts, what could I do to keep that momentum going? Just find it. Law of attraction will do the work. Just find a thought. Oh, that's all. Yeah, law of attraction will do the work. Law of attraction will help you find another thought like it, another thought like it, till you've got momentum, till you have knowing, till you know what you really want. And we know what you want. We know what you all want. You want control of your vibration and never-ending choices with which to apply your focus. That's what you want. You don't want to get it all done any more than you want to eat all of the food that you will eat for the rest of your life today. You think you do. Don't go to the Cheesecake Factory. They'll try to make you believe that. You don't want to eat it all today. You want it to come incrementally. You want it to sustain and nurture you forevermore. And that's the way you want the contrast to sustain and nurture you. You want the contrast to sustain you. You want it to inspire you. You want it to help you to evolve. You want the contrast to help you to decide. You want the contrast to help you find preferences. But what you want above all other things, you want to exercise your ability to focus. You want to choose the disc. Not focus the concept, not focus the idea, not convince anybody else of it. To focus the energy. That's what you want. You want to focus the energy, which just means you want to feel good.
Yeah.
We've been saying for a long time. Everything that everybody wants, whether it's a material object, a pile of money, a relationship, a circumstance, an event, everything you want is because you think you will feel better in the experiencing of it. And if we could just convince you that you can find the feeling first and practice it until you own it, until you know it. Now, law of attraction will just flesh it out with all of the details as you realize and experience the revelations and the coordinations and the synchronizations and the cooperation.